All right, welcome to the Haters Ball. This is episode 23, and we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna talk about today about J. Cole. All right, J. Cole just dropped this video. Well, first off, before we even get started, I want to shout out to all the commenters and the subscribers on the channel, guys. If you're enjoying the content, then like, subscribe. We
Just
just love.
subscribe.
Yeah, yeah. We appreciate everybody who's commented, and we've been talking to you guys in the chat. So the first thing we wanted to talk about was Mr. ASAP. He broke down. He wanted us to talk about this, J. Cole today. And before we get into the J. Cole versus Freddie Gibbs stuff, I wanted to talk about J. Cole's new song he dropped, "Procrastination," that he dropped on YouTube. He basically, he messaged the guy. This is a YouTuber who just makes beats. The type beats that people make on YouTube, the J. Cole type beat. And he typed in, J. Cole just typed this in, J. Cole type beat, and then recorded a song on it and gave it to the guy to post on his channel. And so this is super dope. And this is the kind of thing I feel like is important when we talk about J. Cole, because we're going to get into him and his legacy in just a bit. So I wanted to talk about what were your reactions to this song when he dropped it? Bryson, did you hear it?
Of course. What? I'm J Pod today. You know what I'm saying? I heard it. I was there.
What you think? What you think?
I mean, the song was cool. It was just him venting about, writer's block or trying to see things, just looking for something to do, basically. So that's tight. It wasn't like no super lyrical, nothing like that. He wasn't trying to go crazy on a song. So it was a cool song, but the concept, the whole how it came together was pretty dope to me. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Because there's people who really just make beats all day and put them on YouTube, hoping somebody hear them. And that just validated all of them.
for sure.
So that was tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
What you thought?
I mean, the story is better than the song, but it's really
Yeah.
cool. So I got a lot of respect for doing something like that for the fans, man. I mean, for people that when they're sitting around, they're making music, they're inspired, they think about you, J. Cole, a top artist, to spend some time doing that. I don't know how long that took them. It might have taken them 10 minutes or whatever, but to do that for somebody and put it on their channel and
Yeah.
that's really cool for them. That's just that's really really cool.
Yeah, because that other person gets to eat off of that. He's taking no money from it,
Yeah.
and that just is really dope. And this is the type of thing, because when we talk about J. Cole, when we talk about his impact, last episode we were talking about impact. When we talk about J. Cole's impact, these are the type of things that I think separates him from pretty much anyone else. Like I don't think any other artist has ever done something quite like this that I could think of in recent memory. But when he is, he says it in I think it's Crooked Smile. He says it, not just a man of the people, not above but equal, and he's always just has a very honest and down to earth persona. Whether it's him marching with the Black Lives Matter stuff or whatever it is, he's always just been seemingly very just like a normal person, and that is what I feel like you hear in his music. You can relate to him. He's one of the most relatable artists, and I feel like this is just showcasing that he procrastinating, typing a beat on YouTube. We've all probably done. So many people have probably rapped on these type of beats before, and then most people would just put it away, and for him to, and he even said that in his message, but I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna give it to you, So I think that's dope.
Super dope, man. Love that. I hope more artists do that. I wonder if that'll be like a trend or something, just artists jumping on random people's songs, but we'll see. That's tight. I like that for real.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people might start doing it, but then keeping it for themselves, or I don't know, different things like that. But it's a really cool idea.
To me, how is it different from like when you go to a radio station to do a freestyle?
It's a lot different. The radio station freestyle is a look for the radio station. a look for that DJ. It might be a favor for that DJ, so that they play your stuff, so, or you might be thinking about it that way for promotion, as opposed to, something like this where I don't know if J. Cole gets anything out of this besides the good, look from the hip hop fans, the real fans. But I mean, I doubt this is getting him any kind of notoriety outside of that space, and that's where where his focus seems to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like when you go on a radio station too, yes, they might play your record, okay, and that's fine. But in today's era, who really listens to the radio? Like I feel like artists do more for the radio station when they go drop the freestyle than the radio stations do it for them now. Like, I mean, I could be wrong. And so to me, this is like you dropping your verse on some YouTuber's beat is the same as, you could have dropped a new verse on some radio station and it would be, to me, it's the same effect. In essence, it's like, this is an event that people are going to see, is going to shed light to that channel that he dropped it on. And they're gonna get the whenever somebody drops the new LA Leaker freestyle, it's like I don't know what else they do. I don't know. They have a radio station.
I assume they have a radio station.
Yeah, but those guys are DJs at the radio station.
Yeah,
DJs do other things besides just the radio. Normally, those types who host freestyles and things like that, they're gonna be more of a DJ that might get closer to. They might do more gigs as far as clubs or different corporate gigs. I don't know all the things that go into being a DJ, but there's some other reach there. There's more reach to it.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying though. It's always, it seems like a lot of industry stuff. It's like it's done for another agenda and not for like just out of pure art or love or and I don't think, because a lot of times people drop those freestyles, I don't think they're doing it for an agenda either. They just want to come out there and show that they're the best. That's dope. That's always been a part of.
A lot of them be promoting music around that too.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So you got music to promote. You're promoting that. So you're promoting that to the audience. Like I say, you're not just going on the 5 o'clock drive hour show to do your freestyle, but you're going to normally, especially when people do those, they're going to a flex or somebody that's a more of a, I guess, has more credibility in hip hop circle. And so you're doing the freestyle for those reasons, for those people, those what we would call, I guess, the hardcore or the real fans or the real hip hop heads or whatever. And what they, that's why they do it.
But that's what I'm saying. It's for like to it's a a lot of times it's a rollout or something like that. But I'm saying you could just I feel like this got just as much publicity, as had he dropped a freestyle on LA Lakers. That's just my opinion.
So.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And maybe for a Cole, because he has a big fan base, right? So, but I don't think that would be the case for everybody who did it. I don't know if Black Thought did this, if people would even notice. It might just go completely under the thing. I mean, maybe maybe a couple websites would mention it, but I don't know if it would get much fanfare.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I mean, and the writing in this is not at all like a freestyle either. He's not trying to arbitrate. It was very much like just writing about, like you said, like his emotions and stuff. So. But I just thought that it's interesting. I just thought it was cool, and that he did that for that channel.
Yeah, maybe he'll see this video. You know what I'm saying? So what's a intro?
It was our first interview.
Oh man, get an interview, Cole. Yeah, look, man, we some broke YouTubers.
I might fan out for that one now.
They the big fans of yours.
No, Bryson.
He's some big fans of yours. So yeah, Bryson might cry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Michael Jackson showed up.
That'd be worth it right there.
Exactly.
That'd be good content.
So then let's get into it, man, because Mr. ASAP, when he asked us, we were talking about Freddie Gibbs and J. Cole, and when we were talking about our top 5 video, we were just talking about our personal top 5s. And I think this, we wound up talking about J. Cole versus Freddie Gibbs, but I think this is really a bigger conversation. Who is the best rapper of the 2010s, that era, from 2010 to now even, who is the best rapper of that generation? And a lot of times, it's always between, in mainstream, it's Drake or Kendrick. Obviously, we've talked about it before. We think those people are overrated, but J. Cole is another one of those names. Freddie Gibbs is another one of those names, and I think there's a few others. But let's talk about it. What makes, because B, you think Freddie Gibbs is the best. So what makes you think he's the best?
I mean, multiple things. I think he got the best flow, best songs, best albums. I mean, to me, that's it right there. He got one of the best voices in rap. I think he's the greatest. He raps with every great, and always looks good doing it. So I'm a big Gibbs fan.
All right, so I went back to listen to all the Freddie Gibbs stuff. I'm definitely a Freddie Gibbs fan as well, and I've always thought, I've thought that he's the best of this generation since the 2010s. But I think Mr. ASAP had a point when say that he really just got with some better producers, because when you look at his albums that are not with Madlib or Alchemist, they're nowhere near the same quality. And, except in the new SSS, his newest album. And you look at his older albums and stuff, they're not something to write home about.
I mean, I disagree with that. Which albums are you talking about?
Like, I mean, whether it's Babyface Killer or ESGN.
I like ESGN. I like not Babyface Killer as much, but Miseducation is a lot of freestyles, and that's prior to 2010. Cold Day in Hell, The Tonight Show, Shadow of a Doubt.
These are just, to me, some of these are just mid. Shadow of a Doubt was definitely mid. I like the first 6 songs, and then after that, it was not good.
I would take Shadow of a Doubt over Born Sinner any day of the week.
No way. No way.
Yep.
Okay, that's crazy. Hold on. So we got, all right, hold on. This Shadow of a Doubt. So what do you got against J. Cole? That's one thing I don't understand. What do you got
that's the thing. I don't have nothing against J. Cole. There's nothing against him. I don't enjoy the music the way y'all do. I never had any issue with J. Cole. But I don't think J. Cole has a fucking up the count or messing up the count on his album. And I would ever want to. He don't have no song on there that I would want to hear more than Extra Light.
I love Extra Light. Now, okay, you named his 2 best songs on that album. See, you purposely doing this. You named his 2 best songs.
And look, y'all know Cole's discography far more than me, because when I listen to his albums, it runs together on me. It doesn't hit me. I don't feel it. And so that's where you lose me. Messing up the count is in my rotation forever.
Yeah. No, I love that song. But the Born Sinner, to me, I listened to it again. This album is undeniably amazing to me. I love this album. It's a great album. To me, it's easily his best album. I like it more than Forest Hills Drive.
I definitely think it's his best album.
And every song on it was dope. I was listening for a song I would not like, because I really thought that because I never really listened to Chaining Day that much. But when I listen to it, these songs are dope. Crooked Smile and stuff, and then they're positive messages. One thing Cole's got over Gibbs is content, for sure. Gibbs doesn't talk about nothing.
Disagree.
He talks about money, clothes, and hoes, and then that is what he talks about.
I disagree.
He talks about
drugs.
He talks about his personal life.
Okay, and it's not okay. This is the thing. Not relatable. Most people are not criminals. This is the thing. Most people are not criminals. I don't know why everyone always talks about this like it's the most relatable thing. Most people are not.
So I agree with you to an extent, right? But I think Gibbs gets much more personal on his songs than many other people that would rap about a quote like street rappers or whatever. So I mean, I think he has a lot of that. I mean, throughout his albums.
He has some. He has some. It's. I'm not saying he has none. No,
I think his
no
best albums have a
personal
lot
stuff.
of that. I think Pinata has a lot of that. I think Bandana has a lot of that. I think those albums have a lot more than that.
And nowhere near as much, and it's still nowhere near as much as J. Cole. I mean, J. Cole albums, every album is personal, it's honest, it's relatable. You know, as like I said, J. Cole was coming out. I was just getting started in college. You know, here's a few things. Okay, about J. Cole. One is I completely related with, he was, talking about college and stuff like that, especially in his early times. I always remember, to the college kids, on scholarship, starting your semester, unpacking your suitcase and filling up your dresser, I love, he was always rapping to college kids in that time. And then not only it was a rapper that I could like, because he had a hip hop aesthetic, but also is a rapper that I could get in the car, because this is something I can't take for granted. There's not often I can get in the car on a road trip with my friends from college and stuff like that and listen to their music and it be the same thing that I listen to, right? But I could say, anyone could say, play J. Cole, and then everyone will sing it. Everyone knows the songs. Everyone can sing along. Everyone loves the artist. That's not something I can say about any other rapper I like, almost.
Okay, so you're speaking to popularity, which A, means nothing to me, and B, and B, I don't know how that's a comparison. So, this is how we got into this, I guess, with the other commenter, that we were going back and forth about hip hop and popularity.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, that's great. I mean, that's a bonus that's a credit to him. So
yes,
if we're gonna have a scale of things that you would credit, then I mean, yes, that would be a credit to J. Cole that's popular for you. But I was out of college when J. Cole came out, so
right.
I did not care to, and not that I can't relate. I mean, I went to college, I graduated college, but it didn't. That's not something that at that time hit me the same way.
So, but this is what I'm speaking to. It's speaking to his songwriting ability, his hit making. He's got several hits. Is that what I'm saying? It speaks to the fact that I could play a playlist that can both appeal to women. It could appeal to dudes. It could appeal to people who want to hear some rapidy rap stuff, lyricism. It could appeal to people who want to hear some melodic stuff. So it speaks to his versatility. It speaks to his songwriting, and his just overall skill set. That's what it's speaking to. That's why I bring it up, because
you don't give other rappers the same credit for that same stuff.
Because most rappers don't appeal in that wide of a.
That's not true.
That was a good point.
There's plenty of rappers that appeal to masses, and you don't give them credit.
Okay, give me a comparison. Somebody from this generation that we're talking about, 2010's.
Someone from the 2010s,
yes,
that has hits that you don't give credit to.
Yes.
Future.
I mean,
Future does not appeal to everyone. He appeals to the people who like trap rap and mumble rap.
Future is huge, dog.
Future is huge.
Future is huge, but this is not the same thing. Cole. He's bigger than Cole. Yes, I'm not. Listen, this is not a comparison of Future versus Cole. But what Future does is like in a whole nother box. This is what I'm saying. People, when we talk about hip hop conversation, Future often doesn't even come up, because what he does is almost so different. He's not all those things I just said. He's not doing barring up the track. He's not a lyricist. He's not. What he does is what is Future. That's what he does. He does Future.
Okay, well then Drake.
Drake is a good one. And Drake has a few songs where he bars up the track that everyone likes, that you can play. You can play some. There's some Drake song that everyone likes, but the issue is they're not all the same song. That's the thing. Like the song I might like from Drake is not the same song that the girls want to hear from Drake. And when we get in the car, we don't agree on the song to sing. That's what I'm saying.
So this
I
is
don't know.
interesting. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, Bryson, go ahead, Bryson. I don't want to
Because
make a conversation.
I feel like, especially nowadays with his recent albums, any song that you can find that he barring up the track, the girls probably know all the words to.
Okay.
Like he's gotten big enough now to where they know all the songs. He don't have to be TikTok famous. His songs all get plays. So
All right.
I don't know. I think Drake is universal. That's why
Okay.
he's so big.
Then
Because he's
I-
always been universal.
Then I concede that point. Then Drake also has that credit. So then, but that's still, you're putting them in very high position if you're, we're comparing, Drake and J. Cole's, versatility together. But J. Cole's a much better rapper than either of them. And here's the thing. Here's the key. He's a better rapper than Freddie Gibbs. When
Disagree, man.
J. Cole
disagree.
gets on tracks with great rappers and
So does Gibbs.
murders them. Gibbs does not murder people. No, he does not. No, he does not.
Multiple times.
Okay, name what song? Who was he murdered on the track?
Jadakiss.
Jadakiss on what song? What song you talking about?
The last one that came out on the extended edition of what you call them. It was out for about a year. We got a video for it and everything.
What song is that?
So I can't remember the name of the song, man. I don't remember the name of all these songs, man.
I got you right now.
What album is it on?
It's on Triple S, but they put it on the bonus edition.
Oh, you talking about the? Is it what, the Black Illuminati one or whatever?
Yes, Black Illuminati.
Yeah. Okay,
Black
all right,
Illuminati.
yeah.
That's recent.
No, that is recent. That is recent. And that's a good song. It's a good song. Okay. I mean, all right. You got, maybe that's one. I honestly can't even remember Freddie Gibbs' verse off the top of my head like that. But J. Cole does this every single time he murders rappers. I mean, when he dropped, so let's look at just last year. You saying if that's Freddie Gibbs' best performance of last year? J. Cole had the Johnny P. Caddy, which many people said was verse of the year. And he murders everyone on that, or Benny on that track. He had that London track, that he kills. I mean, yeah,
I know what track you're talking about. I mean, to be honest,
you don't know the London track.
What London
Which
track?
one?
Am I supposed to know this?
He has two of them.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
To the London, the one with Young Thug, or the one with Bia?
Bia track.
That was tight.
So who's getting murdered on this track?
He murders the track. I'm not saying that. Bia's.
You talking about greats that he rapped with that he murdered? What other ones?
Okay, well,
what's the great rap? Because Benny, I don't think is that great. I think he gets murdered by Conway all the time. So I know people hype up Benny, act like he's the best. He's the third best rapper in Brazil.
Let's see.
So okay,
give me the great rappers that J. Cole is murdering. Who is J. Cole murdering?
Any track that he's on is my point. Any track that he's on.
What rapper is he murdering?
Okay,
I've seen Gibbs murder Joey Badass. I've seen Gibbs murder Jadakiss.
J. Cole had, I mean, even on the Good Friday tracks, the Looking for Trouble song, he in that song with who was the Pushers on that, and I mean, yeah. So
Big Sean's on that.
He murders Wale on that Beautiful Bliss song on Wale's first album. He's on that on the Revolutions Per Minute album with Quali, J Electronica, and Mos Def.
He does not murder anyone on that.
He doesn't murder them. I'm not saying he's murdered them.
Except for Mos Def has the verse on that song.
He does, have the verse on that song. But J. Cole's verse is dope, and that's rhyming with some of the best.
Let's go.
Right there, yeah, okay. My point is, when Freddie Gibbs on the track, Education, Freddie Gibbs has the worst verse on Education with Mos Def and Black Thought. Yes, he does.
I disagree with that. I think you have a better verse than Mos. And I definitely, so, all right, well, he has been murdered by Black Thought a couple times.
Multiple times. Extradite.
And J. Cole raps with Black Thought?
No, but Black Thought raps with, okay, hold on. Black Thought raps with mostly the underground rappers. Black Thought don't get on tracks a lot of the bigger rappers.
My man said J. Cole wanted them on the track. He'd get on the track. Gibbs says, get on the track with me.
Maybe. I don't really know how it works.
That's taking all comers. That's taking all comers.
I think J. Cole takes all comers.
Freddie Gibbs rap with Scarface. Gibbs rap with, name some greats. Gibbs and rapped with them.
Okay. Is a Gibbs rap with any superstars? I mean, I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't know who's not. I don't know what's not a superstar. Black Thought's not a superstar.
Black Thought is a
Pusha T.
superstar.
Push.
Okay.
Jadakiss.
J. Cole Rabbit Push. J. Cole Rabbit Push.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And who else?
There's Kanye and all those other people I just named.
Okay, we talked about Kanye.
He went crazy on Pablo Boat with Royce.
He did murder Royce.
I think J. Cole will accept anybody's invitation.
Oh,
He'll accept anybody's invitation.
I think he'll take the invitation. Gibbs putting them on.
He doesn't.
My album.
Okay, yeah, but J. Cole doesn't have anybody on his album. He doesn't have anybody on his album.
That's why his.
But he says why. He said that people ain't worthy to be on his album. That's what he says. He says this over and over again.
Okay, look.
Hey,
this is where the whole thing will come down to. J. Cole's album's not as good.
All right, so let's rank the albums then. Let's rank the albums.
So hold on. The issue with it, and like I said, this is because I think Cole could do all of these things, but he chooses not to. He chooses to make the album all his beats with no other no other people, and that's why his album suffered.
No. Hold on.
They don't suck.
They don't.
He doesn't have a bad album.
Exactly. So, well, I think his first album is bad, but the thing is,
his first album is really bad.
His first album is bad. Okay, but the thing is, you got to give him credit for writing the raps and making the beats. Any other rapper, we give credit for that. We were just talking about
credit for
Kanye
making the beats,
being one of the best artists because of his beats. But he's doing both, everything. He's doing all the verses, he's doing all the singing, he's doing all the beats, and he's making great projects while doing it. He has concept albums, he tells stories, he does all these things. What?
That's what you lost me when you say great projects.
They are great projects. They're not projects.
Okay. I mean, look. Okay. I don't know what else to tell you.
So then we gotta rank the projects. Then we gotta rank the projects. So this is a thing. I should have pulled up a tier list here, but this is what I was thinking. Okay, and we could just. I think if you have a dope album, that counts as like a point for you, right? Mm. But if you have a trash album, that counts as like a negative point for you. And then if you have a mid album, it's low, right? It's just whatever, right? Okay. That's how I think we should count it. That's the score. So I think if you have a perfect album,
that's a weird way to do it. But okay,
maybe we can even think of maybe we think of some kind of scoring system because how else do we make this a thing? I think maybe we got to think of some kind of ranking system. But if you have a perfect album, maybe we give even extra points or something. I think
the tier list was a good idea. Like, however many albums you have in a certain tier,
you do however you want to do it.
Yeah, we should.
S tier, A tier, B tier, then anything below that don't get points anyway, so it shouldn't matter.
Yeah. I like that. So then let's do it. Let's make a tier list.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I can't even. Somebody pull one up. Bryson, pull up a tier list.
Is Friday Night Lights?
Friday Night Lights is definitely counting. It's definitely counting.
It's got to count because otherwise he ain't got nothing.
Hold on, it's not nothing. You keep saying this. Not nothing. Hold on, we didn't even get to all of his whenever his songs drop, like Middle Child or Heaven's EP or something like that. He stops everything. Those songs are super dope. He kills those tracks.
I will give credit to Cole for having much more impact.
Right.
That's also popularity, but that's fine.
It's not just popularity though, because he had this.
Well, he's on a major label. He starts off on a major label.
But he had impact from the warm up. Okay, hold on. I was on the blogs. Okay, I was a blog kid. I'm on twoDopeBoys.com.
I was as well.
He had
major label support. It goes a long way when you start off your career.
Before he got the sign by Jay-Z, the warm up is what got him signed to Jay-Z. The warm up mixtape was dope.
I didn't say it wasn't.
Who was Freddie signed to? Freddie was signed to Jeezy when he came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why his music
had no releases. You're right. I mean, that's definitely not going to help his career. Jeezy, I'm not a Jeezy fan, man.
Let me tell you, Freddie only good because he's got with two of the best producers. Madlib, I think Madlib taught him how to rap, man. I think Madlib taught him how to make a song, and then Alchemist. All right, before that, you listen to some of his other stuff. He got some of the trashiest hooks. We didn't talk about this. Freddie Gibbs can't write a hook, and that's why he stopped writing songs with hooks in them. Because Madlib probably told that dude, yo, cut it out. That hook sucks. That hook was trash. Let me play a hook for you from this dude. Let me play a hook.
What we doing? So you may play some of J. Cole's Snooze Fest song?
No. You don't got Snooze Fest songs. He's got emotional songs.
That's going to make you go to sleep, and you're going to be like, oh, this the joint right here. I love this song. Snooze Fest.
We didn't even talk about when Freddie Gibbs tries to sing. It dude's trash or something. If you try to sing sometimes, it's not good. It's not
That's
good.
true.
It's not good, man.
But I don't like J. Cole singing.
But J. Cole has way better songs when he's singing. Way better songs.
But Situations is great.
Situations is great. The singing is the worst part of it.
No.
Situations is great. The singing
He is
the
singing
worst
the whole
part.
song. The whole song is singing.
No, he's like rapping, singing. It's kind of like in between.
That's like Bone Thugs.
Yes.
That's like singing.
Okay, all right, then fine. If you want to count that song as singing, great. That's his best singing song, dude. But when he tries to just sing, it's bad, okay?
I mean, okay. I don't normally judge rappers by their singing.
Well, you judge J. Cole by saying he's boring because he does.
Because the songs aren't exciting to me.
So you don't think songs like GOMD or
No, I like that song, but you're picking the good songs. What about his boring songs like Crooked Smile?
Okay, that's a
song
song not for you, and it's
that's
not bad.
That's a top song on. You're saying that's a song on his best album.
It is a song on his best album, and it's a good song. It's a good song.
It is a good song. It just played
has a good message.
Just because you heard it a million times, that's why you feel that way.
You forget though, I'm not listening to the radio and stuff, so I never heard that song a million times.
Okay, so then I
heard it when I heard the album the first time, and then I said never again, and then I went back because we having this discussion, and then I was like, I know why I never listened to this. It's not played out to me.
Let me list the non-boring songs then on the album. So Villuminati, okay,
like that song, like
all right, Trouble. She knows. Rich.
Don't like that song.
Okay, Rich Brothers. All right. The interlude, Ain't That Some Stuff? Born Sinner. All those songs are all hype. Those are upbeat songs. And then he's got the songs that are more emotional and and more content focused and stuff like that. But that's not a bad thing.
99 on those.
All right. So then let's just rank the albums then. Let's rank the albums because I like both of them. All right, I like both of them.
I mean, yeah, I like both of them as well. Well, I like when J. Cole's not doing boring stuff. Stuff that I would deem as boring. I mean, I'm not trying to, I don't know the right way to say it, like without trying to sound like I'm trying to diss this man. I'm not. I respect what he's doing. I appreciate what he does, his contributions. Y'all are huge fans. Many people love this guy.
Yeah.
I don't see it. And when I listen to the music, it doesn't hit me that same way.
I love Freddie
Gibbs. Like how you feel about Mobb Deep.
I love you. Keep bringing up this Mobb Deep. I don't know. You keep trying to get me killed with Mobb Deep. But Freddie Gibbs. I love Freddie Gibbs too. Right? I love Freddie Gibbs too. So I mean, my thing is, I think Freddie Gibbs has some perfect albums. We're going to talk about that when we get to it. But I think he is best paired with some of these greatest producers. I think there are a lot of people who sound good when you're paired with Madlib and Alchemist. I mean, that is just a cheat code, whereas
I mean, Alchemist got albums with all kinds of people.
Yeah, he does.
And they're not all exactly, and or they're not all consistently being heralded to the same extent that Alfredo is. And I don't even think Alfredo is his best album, and I hear people say that all the time.
I think Bandana is his best album.
I would agree. But, I mean, we just heard an album with Madlib and Black Star.
And it was great.
And
it was great. It was great. I had it in my top 5 albums of the year.
You did. Many did not. And I would say that And I would say that Madlib's production on there was the weakest part, one of the weakest parts of the album.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was bad at all.
I don't think it was bad, but I expected Bandana Madlib or Up Here Madlib. I didn't think we got that on that Black Star album.
I thought the album was great. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was just a different sound. Different sound does not mean bad production.
I didn't think that meant bad. I guess I was expecting to be wild in some way. I did not feel that when I listened to it.
So
I was underwhelmed by Mos Def's rapping as well. So it wasn't just. I mean, it wasn't just Madlib.
So this is the thing. Some things are artistic decisions, like J. Cole having no features. That's like his decision. You know, him doing no beats. You know, that's his artistic decision. Now, did you like his newest album? What he did with other people's production?
KOD. What's his newest album?
The Fall Off.
Off season.
Yeah.
Off season. Yeah, I like that one more-ish than KOD for sure, but I can't say that it was. I mean, I didn't think it was.
It's my favorite album he's done personally.
The Off season was your favorite of all his albums.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I thought it was great.
Maybe I got to listen to it again. I mean, I just don't remember.
Especially coming off of KOD and
I thought KOD was not.
For Your Eyes Only.
Let's see.
Coming off of them,
looking back at the list, I liked a lot of songs on Off Season.
I got the tier list pulled up, so we can make the tiers.
All right, so let's do it. So first off, I think we got to make the tiers. So I think let's keep it simple. We could have a perfect album. We could have well, okay.
Well, how do we settle disagreements though?
I think. Well, look, I love them both. So I mean,
I appreciate both artists, but like what you have is S tier for Cole. I don't agree with. So we just put everything in S tier.
No. I don't agree with them either.
We can debate it. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I'm just put them there because I didn't know once I moved them, I wouldn't be able to put them back down.
Okay,
yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So all right. So then we gotta we gotta get it. We'll get it straight. This is our first time doing it.
Yeah, let's get it straight.
All right. So you can change the names of the tier list, right? Can't you?
Yeah.
All right.
What if you said perfect tier?
Yeah.
I mean, I think S
is gonna be debatable.
I mean,
S is fine, man. I mean, like it's fine, man. I don't think
S, A, B, and C.
Okay, all right, then we're fine. We'll leave it at S, A, B, C. All right, that's fine. Okay, so what? B is mid or C mid? What's
C
a mid album?
Mid, I guess.
C is a mid album.
C is mid.
Right, so what you think? C is mid. Right.
C is mid.
B is
average. Mid. B is better than average.
B is above average. Exactly. So C is average. C is mid. Then.
Yeah. Mid. Yeah.
Okay. So all right. And D is trash. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this Cole got more albums than this. Where's
And so does Gibbs.
They don't have mixtapes. Like Friday Night Lights is not an official album.
Okay.
So
then already automatically Gibbs got more work right here already. So then let's do we got Bandana and Alfredo. I think those are S tier albums for sure. I think Pinata is an A tier album.
Pinata is S tier album.
I think it's got a few mistakes in my opinion, or not mistakes, just songs that I don't like as much as I like.
I disagree. That's the first disagreement here.
All right.
You don't have it below?
So
if you were ranking them, what would you have?
If I was ranking these albums, Bandana and Pinata would be S tier.
Okay.
And Alfredo
I don't think it's as good as the other two. So
see, I actually
I would rank it.
This is interesting because I think Bandana's his best, Alfredo's his second best, and then Pinata is his third best, and SSS is his fourth. That's how I.
Oh yeah, Triple S ain't on it.
Triple S, that's what's missing.
We just sticking with anyway.
No, it's fine for now, man. I mean, like I said, we can add it in or whatever. But I don't know, man. I think that's how I would, if I was ranking them. This is how I rank them right now. To start off,
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
So, I think Fetty is dope. I mean, he's only
Fetty is
doing
A.
half of the
I mean, that's true. It's only half of
yeah.
him, but I think Fetty
So,
is
but
A.
Yeah.
we can put it at A. Yeah, we can put it at A.
Okay.
I think Shadow of a
Freddie is a
Doubt
B.
is mid. I think that's a C. I
Okay.
think Freddie is. I think Freddie
Freddie
is
is
mid too.
No, man, I love Freddie.
Really?
I like these albums a lot. I like these albums.
Well, we all like. Okay, we all like all the.
That's what I'm saying.
J. Cole
The tier
albums,
list
too.
thing not gonna solve nothing except it's gonna end up being you say what you say and I say what I say and we gonna disagree.
Whoa.
Because you're
I
not
think
being
you only live
reasonable.
twice.
You're not being reasonable. You just
No, I think you only live twice as mid, and I think you could put ESGN as mid. But I would
both
put,
of those. I would put both of those
But I would-
trash.
I would
Those would be
say
D
Shadow
tier
of-
albums. Those would
See, I
be D
think
tier
Shadow
albums.
of a Doubt is. I think Shadow of a Doubt is at least B.
No, I like the first half of the album, and I do not like the rest of it. I'm serious. I love like you said, messing up the count and extra tight. Those are some of my favorite Freddie songs ever. They're super high highs, but then the second half of that album, I do not like. Like I'm listening to the first half and I'm good. So that's just me. So
I mean that's fair, but if I listen to half that album religiously, then I don't even know how you deal with that. I don't know how you balance that or put a rating on that. You got to tell me how that goes. Because I mean,
to me, if half your album is good, it's wait.
But
So
if I put J. Cole's albums in, all of them will be there because that's how I feel about all his albums.
okay, but see, it's not just your opinion. It's everybody loves these J. Cole albums.
Yeah.
Right? These the ones that are up here already. Forest Hills Drive is certified. Everyone says it's classic. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we're not gonna take that away from him. Born Sinner, not everyone says it's classic. But I just think it's his best album. You agree? It's his best album.
I think it's his best album.
Yeah.
And so I think it just belongs to be S tier.
Both of them are below Pinata and Bandana, in my opinion.
I could agree with that. And as albums, I could agree with that. They don't, but Pinata and Bandana don't have the same, whether it's popularity or commercial or hit, hits and stuff like that. But I can agree that they're not better albums like straight through. What do you think, Bryson?
I'm sorry, I missed the end, but I'm sorry. Yeah, I missed the end.
Yeah,
What was that?
do you think that the J. Cole albums are so? Would you say that Bandana is better than any J. Cole album?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, look.
No.
So then, look,
We gonna disagree?
We gonna disagree. So it's all good. So then let's
I mean,
rank.
that's
So
fine.
Friday Night Lights is better than any Gibbs album to me. First of all,
now that's his
I
really
gotta go
best
listen to that
album.
again. I know
Yeah,
we talked
you
about
gotta-
that. That's what
it's his
Mr.
best album to
Mr.
me.
ASAPAB was telling me.
Yeah.
I gotta go listen to it. I didn't get a chance to yet.
See, okay, so this is the thing. This is the
I
issue.
haven't heard it in years.
Friday Night Lights is the album that J. Cole wanted to make. That's what J. Cole sounded like. That was his stuff, right? And then because, he was on a big label and he had to make hits, he made the trash Sideline Story album, which is D tier. That should be D tier. You got to move that down. That is not.
I think it's an F tier, but in the streets, it got a lot of hits on it when you
It
look
does
back
have-
at it.
It does have some. I mean, he put Lights Pleads on it, which was already a hit for him.
Yeah. Got that song with Drake. That's Lights Please, yeah.
No.
The Trey Songz
In the Morning
song.
is the song you thinking of.
Okay, yeah, in the morning. That Trey Songz song, the Missy Elliott song.
Yeah.
Like, he had a whole bunch of hits
yeah.
on this
Yeah,
album.
he had the Lost One song that was big as well. And so
Workout.
but
It has hits, but I don't like it personally.
it's not good. Exactly, it's not good. So For Your Eyes Only, I agree, it's a B tier album, and I would actually move KOD down to a B tier album as well.
Oh, good. I didn't want to be the only one.
Yeah, I thought KOD was kind of disappointing at the time.
Yeah.
He did the voices thing on there too that I'm so critical of Kendrick for.
And I liked it when I first heard
want
it. Yeah, but then I didn't. Then I didn't. Like, I don't know what happened.
It's cool conceptually. I'll never go back to that album though.
But
Even one
it's
of these albums,
but
I'll never
even
go back to. Honestly.
okay, but both of these albums have big hits. Like, okay, so first off, ATM is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's Heart is a huge hit. And then on For Your Eyes Only, Neighbors is a big hit. You know,
That's one of my favorite songs from him.
exactly. So
Yeah.
my thing is, he may have misses on, like, his albums aren't perfect like Bandana and Pinata are, like the way you could just listen straight through, but
Mm-hmm.
he's got bigger and very high highs, you know, when you talk about J. Cole as a whole. So
Well, when is he okay? But so when is he on and not on a major label? How does the Jay-Z cosign enhance his popularity? And how
It
long does that
doesn't.
last for throughout his career?
that's a great question. We could get out of the. Are we done with the tier list now? I think
Yeah.
this is as much as we gonna get from it. So, I think that's a great question because
I don't know how that goes because like you can be on a major and then not be on a major.
yeah.
How long do you get the buzz from that? Eventually, that's got to be just you. That's not the major no more that's doing that for you.
Well,
So
that's the
I don't
thing.
know. I don't know when his label stuff switched or whatever it is.
To me, it seemed like right after his first album, after that, he wasn't using, because that first album has all those features,
Right.
like we just named, Trey Songz and Missy
Right.
Elliott, and he's got the big names to make the big songs. That's like major label budget.
Right.
He's pulling the strings. Hey, you make hits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then after that, Born Sinner, he's self-critical about all the decisions he made on that
Yep.
album, and he's correcting
Whole
and doing
other
it all
direction.
himself,
Right,
going a whole
right.
other direction. Exactly. So I think from then it was just him. I mean,
Well, I would
He
agree.
still had. I don't know. I think he might still have some label stuff on there because
he
they
had
had
who
Kendrick.
was he had Bruno
Yeah,
Mars.
Janae Aiko.
Well, him and Kendrick were cool. Like he produced the song on High
Right.
Power too. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that I think
Well, how
that
much does that? That's what I'm saying. So, how much does that affect your career even lingering? Like, I don't know how do you do that because other people have been on and off and never had success to that extent, like a Royce, or or like Gibbs just had a major label album. I ain't see it do no numbers. I don't, but I don't know how that works when it's late in your career. I didn't see commercials for it and stuff, but he did have like an extensive rollout. Basically the same features he always has, though, not that different in terms of features. So I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think at this point, that's why I said in the 2010s, I feel like the labels don't matter as much anymore. Like at this point, it's like all internet, all streaming. I think maybe in the very beginning of the 2010s it mattered, but like from then on,
I mean, it's got to matter, man. I mean, some people are. I mean, we talked about this with the other video. We talked about Jack Harlow and stuff. You said his album's streaming big. We said he got no impact. So major label got to be doing something for somebody. I mean, it depends on what your budget is, what the label is. I guess
back then, though.
Who putting you on? What's
because there was no DSPs back then, though. So
right
in the very beginning, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it's more
early
so now.
Early in the tens, it's not as big. They're not nearly as dominant as they are right now.
Yeah,
and
I think the label helps more now than it had back then.
Yeah, J. Cole had, like I said, a natural, organic buzz on those, like we said, those blog sites and stuff like that before even having the label. I do think, like I said, it helped him get all those features on his first album. He got a big budget, but that's not what helped him succeed. I think he literally produces his own music. He literally does all this stuff. Now he has his own label. And I mean, I really think that the major label thing helped him get on. For that first album, and the Jay-Z cosign, I think Lupe had a Jay-Z cosign when he first came out. I think that gets people eyes on you. Yeah, exactly. I think,
and then he stopped selling platinum.
But that's different. Lupe got blackballed for other reasons. So, but
right,
J. Cole,
I mean that cosign goes a long way for you. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know when does it stop? When does it end? How much did it help? I don't know. It's not. I'm not trying to take away from Cole.
So you're saying that Gibbs just never had the cosign to?
No, he never had that.
No,
he never had that. He never had anybody in front saying, "This is the guy. Go check his stuff out."
But you don't
Um,
think that like all of those like okay, so all those people that work together, isn't that not like co-signing and stuff like when Black Thought's on your track and everyone from
yeah,
Most Def to all these people that get with you. Jeezy he had a Jeezy co-sign from the beginning. I mean that may not be the same as Jay-Z, but Jeezy is big in the South and stuff like that. So
well, I don't remember there being a GT look, being like a
Jeezy was on his first couple of albums, right? He's on Babyface Killer and
he's on Babyface Killer.
isn't he on
I just don't remember there
ESGN?
being like a thing, like a video where he's like, "Yo, this is the
Yeah.
dude, this is my young guy or whatever." Like most of the time, how you would do like if you are the rapper and then you have the crew roll out, right? You always have either the crew album
Yeah.
or the big single with the crew dude
But did
or
Jay Z
whatever.
did
And
that?
not
Did
that
that
I
for
really care. I
Cole?
don't know, man. Not that I can remember. Wasn't he
I mean,
on
he
one of the
showed up on
songs?
Stars Born,
Yeah, Stars Born
Yeah.
song.
Blueprint
You're right.
3.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah,
like
yeah.
his
So
coming out party.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know, man. It's not really that comparison and stuff is that stuff is difficult. So when you go to popularity and impact, I think somebody had to Gibbs is basically like was nobody, um, and had to and built his stuff up and to the point where he got love in the indie space
Hmm.
as an independent artist. I don't know how far that goes, what that impact is in comparison to somebody who doesn't start off in that same way. So that's fair to say that J. Cole has far more popularity. And I would say his songs do have definite big time impact. He does it all himself. That's big time credit. I just don't know how that doesn't to me give you credit over somebody who has better albums.
Yeah,
And I think if Gibbs was getting these looks, I think he'd be just or more famous.
I think. See, I think same. I think the same thing. If J Cole had an album produced by Madlib, I think he could bar up every track just as well as Freddie Gibbs could. I think. I mean, I
But he's
honestly,
making that choice.
yes, he is making that choice. He is making that choice. It's his artistic decision.
And to me, it's crazy. I'd be surprised people don't hit Mad Lib up all the time. I'd be like, yo, why is everybody not trying to get with Mad Lib? I don't, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe he don't want to talk to nobody, but
Yeah.
dude, he only have like albums with like random people. It's so weird. Like the people he chooses to work with and win.
Yeah, but I mean, I think maybe those people have a personal like relationship with him. Like he actually like sits down because he produces the whole album. He gets with them and
I
like
mean,
produces it
Gibbs
with them.
explained it like when he met how he met, Mad Lib and stuff like that. It wasn't like they knew each other before.
Oh,
It's like so it's just like it's super, it's just super weird to me. Um, but it's cool. I love this type of debate because it's super fun. But I mean, both artists are top artists in our favorite genre.
yeah, for sure. And I think so. This leads me to two questions. So one is who do you think are the best? Because people always say this is a problem. J. Cole produces his own music. Who do you think are the best people who both write their own rhymes, so not Kanye, and produce their own music? And
That would probably be Cole, huh? I mean, who else is doing that?
I mean, well, Q-Tip. Um,
Oh, well, then the Q-Tip. I mean,
Q-Tip, I think is
but
number one. Black Milk, I love Black Milk. I think he's another
I do,
top
man. Where's
artist.
he been at, man?
I mean, his last album was 2019, wasn't it? It's not too far
He had a
long ago.
full album in
4
2019.
years ago.
Yeah, wasn't that his last album? Yeah, it was right before the pandemic and stuff. I bet a lot of people who've gone over the pandemic dropped this year. A lot of them dropped last year. So I bet he comes not too far away.
Man, I'm a huge Black Milk fan.
Huge Black
So
Milk fan.
I would love if he put some more stuff out here.
I think he's got running for one of the best artists of the 2010s as well because that album of the year came out 2010. He had Random Acts came out 2011,
Mm.
and then I love all of his solo albums since then. I mean, I love Dive.
Oh,
And
Fever. That's what you were
Fever.
talking about?
Yeah, wasn't that his
Oh,
last one?
or Dive in 2019? Is that what you're talking
Dive
about?
is in 2019, right?
Okay, yeah, the Dive
Yeah.
wasn't like a full length, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I don't know. It was an album to
No.
me.
Okay, I gotta remember. I don't think it had all the tracks on it to be a full one. I think it was an
No.
EP. But I would love to hear some more Black Milk.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we got off topic now again.
No. But that's. No, I was just asking about best rapping producers. So I don't know.
I
Can
mean,
you guys
to
think
me,
of any
there's no
others?
comparison. I mean, Q-Tip, and then I mean, yeah, Cole would be right behind him. I don't see how Black Milk can pass pass Cole,
Yeah. No.
despite his output. I mean, he's in a similar position to a Gibbs, if anything, like, and has less notoriety, I would think, and things like that.
Yeah.
Despite my love for especially that Random Acts album. But yeah, I mean, it had to be. I don't know. You can think of anybody else. I mean, I don't know who else falls under that even that category of doing it all himself.
I mean, well, Madlib has his own albums too.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see. I'm
But
trying to
he's
think who
not
else.
that great
No.
at rapping.
Um, I mean, doesn't it Evidence
Alchemist has some
produce
rap.
some?
Evidence has some production.
I
think
don't
he
know if he
produced
does
his
like a whole
last one by
album. Yeah,
himself.
did he? Was
I
it?
think he
his whole
did
last
for
one?
the last
Okay,
one,
and
or
that
most of it.
and that album's dope.
I liked it.
Uh,
I liked it. It wasn't.
uh,
It wasn't his
yeah,
previous works, in my opinion.
yeah. Cats and Dogs is my favorite album from him. But see,
That's fair.
these are all some of my favorite 2010s artists. Evidence, Sky Zoo, Black Milk, J. Cole, Freddie Gibbs, all of these people, these are my favorite 2010s
Sean
artists.
Price.
Sean Price, yeah. But Sean Price, was earlier too. So
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he
I
came
don't.
back with a vengeance. He came back with a vengeance. He was like, I don't know where I didn't really. I guess I lost track of where he was at.
But
But
because I love Jesus Price Superstar, and that's 2000. That's in the
yeah, that's
2000s.
like five. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
So.
So you're
Uh,
right.
Yeah, so but that's great. It's a good conversation. We love both these artists, so hopefully, no one takes any of my hate too seriously. About
Nah,
Freddie.
man, that's what we here for, man. Yeah, we just it's not. Yeah, I mean, first of all, we just a couple dudes that's talking about rap, man. This is a rap argument. There's no hate for these artists. So
All
Bryson,
right.
man, he loved J. Cole. So
I really do.
he mad at me about what I said. That's all right, man. You can listen to that tonight when you go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Get you sleeping real good.
J. Cole does not make sleepy music, man.
I know. I feel like this is that's the narrative. I feel like that's the narrative.
It stopped
Narrative
after the
based
off
analysis.
season. No,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
it
agree with
stopped
that.
after the off season.
I don't even agree with that, man. Yeah, I know I'll be saying that. I don't even agree with that. I do think that the songs might be. I don't feel the impact. Okay, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, oh, I'm about to go to sleep because of J. Cole. Like this, it's
Yeah.
not like that. Like, come on.
But I'm saying like I can see how people could say that about like maybe Forest Hills Drive or not even really about Forest Hills because there's a lot of upbeat songs.
No,
on that.
it's the other one. No,
Forest
that one is
For Your
pretty
Eyes
sleepy.
Only. I could see how people
Yeah,
could say that.
I was
Yeah,
at
that
that
was much more
concert.
low key.
KOD has tons of upbeat trap songs and stuff. And then
Yeah.
the off season has a bunch of trap beats and stuff. So it's just to me, it's just like this narrative that it got out of hand, and I don't really know where it comes from. So
People don't want to hear rapping though, man. People be like, oh, he's rapping. Like, well, give me some stupid stuff. Like
so
people zone out with that word to them.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I wanted to talk about because this another one of our commenters Victoria she was talking about how music reviews. She was talking about music reviews and stuff. When we were talking about our classic discussion, that this word should be erased. She was saying that music reviews also are unnecessary from these publications and stuff like that. So I wanted to know, what do you guys think? Why? Well, first off, music reviews are super popular. Every one of these publications do them. There's so many of these reaction channels that get a ton of views and stuff like that. So one, I wanted to know, why do you guys go look for reviews? Do you look for reviews of your favorite music? One, what do you get out of it? And then what do you think the artists get out of it?
I never have looked for a review on an album ever in life.
Oh man,
honest, the only opinions I need are the people that suggest the music to me, I guess. Like if they say, but I'm late. Like I'm always late to music. Even when I was listening to music a lot, like when SZA came out with her first album, it went crazy all over Twitter. And I waited at least 6-8 months before I even turned it on. And then I was like, oh wow, this is an amazing album. Like it definitely took me forever to realize that. But it don't matter. I don't know. Buzz of music don't move me. If it ain't an artist that I know, I hate being the first person to listen to an artist because if you suck, then I feel like I wasted my time. Also, I don't want when you are new and if my friend says, "Oh, this is dope," it's gonna take me a while because I gotta make sure other people think it's dope before I waste my time. I hate wasting my time listening to terrible music.
So, but
But
Okay, but that's what
that
you
is the
listen to
purpose
review.
of a review. So, what
Yeah.
you're saying is that is kind of
I
like
don't know what site to go to that would share the same opinion. That's why I let my
That's
friends
that's
who like the
difficult.
music that I like. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
finding people with similar tastes so that you know that like yeah,
well, I
Yeah.
like the people that don't. See, that's the thing. Like we're debating and things like that, but I actually like to hear the different opinion. So I listen. I look at reviews for multiple reasons because sometimes I look for a review to see what people are saying about something that came out. So like let's say like the Sky Zoo album. First day it came out, I'm listening to it. I'm excited. I'm like, hey, this got to be getting great reviews.
mm-hmm.
I look online, I'm not seeing a bunch of reviews.
yeah,
I'm like, what the
Mm-hmm.
heck? And then, when you do see one, it's just, because I didn't see many. Like, I haven't checked recently, but I just didn't see any like that first weekend. So, but let's say it's somebody that I do love, you know what I mean? Like I said, we talk about Gibbs. So Triple S comes out. I might have got a review like while I was first listening to it. So the review was glowing, like it was so big, oh, it's so great, so great. But when I listened to it, I didn't feel the same way.
mm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and even though I really like that album, I think the highlights are there, and I think there's some other songs, like you said, that's just not as good. But when you listen, I like the reviews because the reviews give me something to bounce off of, especially if I'm not having a conversation like this, because this is not something that we do every day.
yeah,
And so I can read the review and have the conversation in my head basically, or say I disagree with that, I agree with that. While because I can't talk to my brothers every day, I can't get online and argue in the according to hip hop chat.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the main things I love about reviews.
yeah. No, I
Makes sense. I never thought of it that way. I never thought. I was like, why would like on my YouTube, I would get the suggestion where people like listen to the album and they're
yeah.
reviewing it. I'm like, why would I ever watch that? But I guess that makes sense if you're excited about music that way. I'm never excited about music that way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Even my favorite artist, like I'm gonna listen, but I'm not ever excited like that. Go ahead.
it's funny because I feel two ways about this. In one way, I like sometimes I want to hear reviews of things I haven't heard to like for a suggestion. Is this good? There's several things like especially in those like that blog era, things that were reviewed or like posts that made me listen to this artist. Whether it was J. Cole, whether it was Blue, whether it was like these different things that it's the review that these blogs gave it that made me listen to it. But nowadays I find it way harder to find people I trust to actually, like you said,
Yeah.
like to give me an honest review. I feel like everything. One is two things. One, like the YouTube reaction stuff. I feel like it's all positive. I feel like I never.
Yeah, the reaction is not the same thing as the review.
Yeah, it's not as review. I feel like I just never seen one where somebody's like, "Oh, I really don't like this." People hated on us because we want to hate on Kendrick Lamar or something like that. But like this is just my honest opinions. I don't feel like a lot of times people are giving super honest opinions. And I think this is one of the things that Victoria was saying, like how so much of it is for pay. You can just pay to get a good review. You could pay to give someone else a bad review, and so it's hard to trust these sites now. And so sometimes these reviews do feel like just disingenuous. Sometimes you read them and it's like the things that they're saying just doesn't make sense, especially when you talk about like Nas reviews and stuff like that. He just never gets good reviews, And so in that way, I feel like I stopped caring about reviews. But in the other way, when we talk about, like you said, Sky Zoo, I look for reviews for somebody like that because I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. And I'm just looking to see if anyone's giving him credit. I just want to see somebody else, like to know that somebody else out there is, enjoying the music as much as I am, in that moment, So I guess that's kind of
Yeah, I mean, when I like I said, for reviews for me, it's helpful because like Bryson said, it is like a friend or whatever that's telling you like, and might not be somebody that you wholly trust, but I have friends that'll tell me, "Yo, you got to go listen to this," and then I'll turn it on and be like, "Why did I listen to this fool? Like this dude don't know what he's talking about." So we
Yeah.
don't have to agree, right? So I can use the review for that as well. And that was much more prevalent, like you said, in that blog time when I would get on Two Dope Boys, listen to almost every track that came out from anybody, and
Mm.
be like, trash, good, keep listening, check their other stuff. Don't listen to this no more. Now it is a little harder because the people that I read the reviews of, I know like I'm not gonna really agree with them. So like Pitchfork, I know I'm not gonna agree, but they review a lot of rap albums.
Mm.
Pretty much most of the I would say most of the albums they reviewing. Um, like I said, there's different websites like that'll post the stuff, and they'll review it. But I don't agree. I like to watch Fantano sometimes, and see what he's
Yeah.
saying about albums. I mean, that dude listen to everything.
Yeah.
So, and I normally agree with his critiques of things, but not the number he'll give at the end.
Right.
So
Same.
that's another aspect of reviews is people will look at the number and then just keep it moving or whatever the system is for the grading. But when you read them, if the writer is good, they'll have reasons and they'll say, well, hey, this song has this thing that's not good or is good.
Mm.
That's why it's good. And I'll generally, I can generally feel that or understand why people are coming from where they're coming from. Some of the ones you said, like the Nas ones, they'll bring up stuff like his ex-wife said he was abusive. It was like, yo, what's that got to do with this album, man? Like, so they'll bring up something that sounds like it's agenda driven, as opposed to talking about the music, focus on the music.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
And I like that you brought up Fantano because he gets a lot of now. Like it's almost like seems like it's popular. Like artists keep mentioning his name. Like Logic mentions his name, and then Mos Def and Kweli mentions his name in their interview, and I'm pretty sure there's somebody else that mentioned him too. And then he's got
Drake
beef with
was mad at him.
Drake. Yeah. I saw West Side Boogie was talking about Fantano, and he said Eminem was saying that. Was talking to West Side Boogie. I mean, West Side Boogie was telling the story. Eminem saying that Fantano, oh, don't worry about his reviews. He gives me a 2 for like all my albums and stuff like that. So all these people like know.
Maybe he should listen.
All of these people know Fantano and his reviews. And what I love about Fantano is when he gives a reason why he doesn't like something. I really feel like he's not getting now. I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like he's getting paid to just lie about something. He has in-depth reasoning why he likes something and why he doesn't like something. And I don't always agree with the number, but it seems like his genuine opinion. But artists get upset when it's a negative review. So what do you guys think of that part of it? Because it seems like, of course, it's positive if you get a positive
Erica said
review.
it, man. Erica said it, man. Artists sensitive about their shit. You can't just be, saying certain things is going to touch, artists a certain way. Like, I get why artists will be bad. I completely understand. Artists put themselves out there. You know how that is. Like, I got students, they don't want to raise their hand just to answer, like, what's the theme of the story? So,
That's true.
That's not their art. That's just like a basic question. So, if you make something and you bring it out, put it out there in the world, you kind of like, artists will talk about it. Different artists will talk about how they'll be sensitive or they'll be hurt by some of the things that people say about certain stuff. I mean, that's natural.
I don't get that though. Every other thing in life, you can be bad at something or good at something, or you can make a mistake. If you made a mistake on your album, it's just a mistake. I don't get why they can't be critiqued.
It's not a mistake to an artist, man. What we might say, like we talked about these different albums earlier. We talked about Cole and Freddie Gibbs and songs that we were like, oh, that song's trash. Well, that meant something to him, or that was something about his life, and he made it at this moment, and they had some kind of feeling to it. Like an artist will, I'm married to an artist, so I understand. Like you don't just like, it's not the same thing, man. It's like they put the kind of themselves out there when they make their art or whatever. So it's not something that you could just like. And the way that we'll talk about it, we'll be like, oh, that song's trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they worked on that for months, and it's not the same thing, man.
It just didn't hit, man. Sometimes it don't hit.
So, Bryson, have you ever made a song or something like that, or made some sort of art and then like had someone critique it?
No, I'm not artistic at all.
I mean, okay.
Then you won't know that feeling, man. Like,
We
I
used
don't
to
know the
always
feeling.
hold on, but we used to always because I feel like we will always sing random songs. You never recorded a song or wrote anything down or wrote a rap down. Never in your life.
No, I've always wondered how to do it though. I always wondered if they listen to the beat first or because I've heard producers say they build around the song in different ways, but yeah, I couldn't figure it out. I was honestly thinking about that today when I was driving home, like writing over somebody else's song. I think that's the only way I'd be able to do it.
Yeah,
I've
But
done
they
it a
would
bunch of
already
like
have
times.
the
Weird Al
format.
type stuff.
We used to have a hip hop club at one of the schools I worked at, and we would put on beats and all the different, and everybody would write a verse. Everybody in the room, so it's like 10, 15 people,
Yeah.
and then everybody would rap their verse, and we would pick a beat. We'll find some instrumental and loop it on YouTube, or somebody would hear a beat and say, "Hey, put that beat on. I heard this from this one song,"
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
people would rap it, and you'll see some people's verse was like, and
So
then
That's
how
other
do
people,
you?
beyond
everybody
me.
would
That's
go,
good. How do people take that? Yeah. How do
and
people take it
everybody be hyped.
when it's just like when no one's feeling your rap? Or
I
did you
mean,
ever? How do you take it when somebody not feeling your rap?
well, it's different, man. It just depends. What's the rap? Did I put my heart on the page? Or was
My
I just
heart.
trying to come up with something real fast? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So it depends on the artist, right? Because think about the different type of artists they got. We talked about Cole. Cole puts a lot of his emotions in the song. You said.
Mm.
I think
Mhm.
Gibbs has some songs like a lot of songs like that as well. But think about those artists. So that type of artist compared to like a West Side, who knows he's not a top rapper.
Mm-hmm.
He's not out there to be the top rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Nor is he putting tons of like. Well, I mean, he has a lot of songs where he puts emotion on it, but it's not the same. It's just not the same as a J. Cole. So, do you think he's
Mhm.
hurt when people say he can't rap? No, he said he's not because that's not what he's really there for. But other people, I'm sure it hurts. I mean, look, like we talked about Fantano with Eminem. Eminem says, "Don't worry about it." He gets on my album too, and he completely blocks it off to
Yeah.
actually touching his head and psyche. But people are not feeling your albums, but his sales is crazy. So to him, he could always say, "Well, my sales great." So he's protecting his sensitivity, basically. That's why it seems like he's been making the same music over and over, kind of, because maybe that's how he deals with that criticism,
Mm-hmm.
is to block that out. I mean, everybody's different, man. Emotional and psychological stuff is serious. And artists have all of that come into play when they make some music.
But see, that's that very point. I think that's why reviews are so important, like honest reviews, because I think people should like. Eminem got mad when Joe Budden, like you said, you felt betrayed when Joe Budden was calling his that one album trash. But like, I feel like you should have like listened to the criticism and like change. But um, because I actually have a friend. Well, I have a friend who wrote a script, right? And it was funny because he wrote the script. It's cool. He's wants to be a director. So I mean, he went to film school and everything like that. And
Mhm.
and so he gave me the script, or he's given several people the script to read. And he says that everyone who came back said, "It's great. Let's do it. Let's film it. Let's do it." And he said I was the first person who gave the script to who came back and actually had like feedback. I said, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. How did they go from here to there? And he said that I was the first person to like say that. And he was like, I was like, kind of afraid to say it, but he was appreciative of it,
Bingo.
and but like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, it's great, man. Like I'm gonna say I like it, but this part I didn't understand. I didn't understand.
You just nailed that, man. So think about it. If you're a rapper and you in the studio and all your friends are there, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that was hot." You know what I mean? Almost on a lot of your lines. I mean, unless you're working with a producer, maybe who might say something different, or somebody who's above you in some way where you could take their criticism not as offensive. If Joe Schmo in the room is like who's smoking in the back while you've been doing all the rapping and he's just there to hang out, and then he's like, "I ain't like that bar," you might be like, "Who cares about what you got to say, Doug? Like, you can shut up." But then if you're working with Pharrell and he's like, "Nah, change this," you might be like, "Oh, okay, all right, I do it right away." So is this a difference with your friends? Everybody's not going to be not going to give you real criticism in your life.
Yeah, that's me. I don't say nothing. Don't ask me nothing about it. I'll support anything you do. You want me to hand out the CD? I'll hand out the CD. If other people ask me how it is, I'm gonna say it's fire. But I'm probably never gonna listen to it. Honestly,
That's funny. That's funny.
Man, you gotta be honest when people come to you like that. That's when they really want the feedback, even if it might hurt them to hear it, because you don't want to be like we talked about. So we talked about the songs where they put out the song, and then we say it's trash. Or it don't hit, people don't respond. If that's your livelihood and you put that out there and people crushing it, but all your friends told you it was super dope, but nobody.
I didn't say it was dope. I ain't gonna say
3,
nothing.
5, and 7.
You're just not gonna say that.
Tell my friend.
I like when people give feedback. Like even when people comment and like try to like clown us in the comments, I love it, man. You can go say whatever you want, like because I'm taking all as criticism, good or bad, and I'm gonna either try to be better. Like that's all I can do. I don't take it personally. It's not gonna like affect my mental health or anything like that. Like I'm doing this for fun, and that's one of the things. I think I just don't take myself super seriously. Like even with art, like the one time I did record a song, 2 times in my life I tried to record a song. One, I was with friends and I wanted to write the best rap verse. Like really seriously, I love hip hop. So I really wanted to write the best verse, but it made me like stuck, frozen. Like I just like I wrote the verse and then when I went to go say it, like I couldn't, like I just couldn't. Like I just was so embarrassed, couldn't do it. Second time, I did this with my friends in college and we made this silly song about bagel boys, right? And, and
that's a big hit.
Huge hit, number 1.
We should post that on the channel, man.
Oh yeah, we got to. Yeah. All right, yeah, I'll see.
That's true.
But
that should be our intro song.
Hey, I'm not a bagel boy.
Yeah. So
I don't like bagels either.
I'm trying to lose weight, so I haven't eaten a bagel in a while. So, but because it's a joke, I was able to do it so easy and so fun, right? It's fun to me. I didn't have this fear of like, failing. And so I can definitely understand someone who's like, you can put your heart into something and then like it get criticism, how that could be pretty, harsh.
Well, yeah, Bryson act like he don't know when he try to talk to girls and he get dissed. You know what it's like? You know what it's like walking up? Hey, roses are red, violets are blue. When you gonna go out on a date with me?
Walking up.
Girl laughed at
Look
you.
Look at that boomer. Look at this boomer.
That's some boomer stuff. Walking up to a girl, what?
Walking up?
That's the way to get you. That's the way to get you canceled quick, man. Yeah,
sorry,
that's
man. You know I'm old, man.
Everything online, dog. Imagine talking to a stranger, dog. You are wild.
That's creeper stuff, man. That's stalker stuff.
Hey, dog. Hey, no way, man.
That's funny, man. I don't know how y'all do it these days. I can't imagine. My goodness.
I just don't. As far as art, like I said, I'm not there to crush your dreams. If you think you want to make music, make the music. Like I said, I'll hand it out, post it wherever, give it to all my friends. I'm probably never gonna listen to it though. That's just a fact.
Yeah, but that's not supporting, man. That's
fake.
That's fake. That hurts.
That's exactly what some of these publications do.
They're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness, my friend Bryson said this shit is hot. I'm excited."
I didn't say that.
What you gonna say?
You just
here's my demo, man. Here's my demo. I wrapped it. Please listen to my demo. You gonna listen to it?
I'm gonna say no, but I'll hand it out for you. I'm gonna be honest, 100%.
Okay. No. That's cool.
All right. Well, I mean, at least you tell me up front.
Yeah. What about? Okay, so
I'm not gonna listen, but I'll hand it out for you.
This reminds me of what you guys thought of that Rick Rubin interview. You guys catch that?
Yeah.
Where he was saying like he had no real musical
talent.
Yeah, but people listened to him, and he helped make some of the best music by basically they say his skill is listening. Basically, which
and
what
Chuck
is that?
backed it up. Chuck talked about it. I saw Chuck D talking about it on Twitter. Like, nah, this dude is like. I know you all minimizing what he's saying, but it's legit. Like, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But
What do
isn't
think
that? I
about
mean, in essence, isn't that what he's talking about? Isn't that like having being an active listener, just someone who's open to listening to something and then criticizing it, or maybe he didn't criticize, but like ask questions about what they want to do and how to do better? Like, I mean, isn't that basically the same thing that listeners do when we criticize music?
Do I need my beard to go completely white before I can get this job? Like, how do I get to be? Can I sit in the album room and get some points on your album because I listen? Like, dang man, where my favorites at? Ghostface, call me up, dog. I can sit in the album in the studio for you and listen. I can listen real good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. But that's what I'm saying. That's hard to do because how many stories do we hear about people having a song and then passing on it because they didn't hear it? They didn't hear it. They couldn't see that it was gonna be hot,
Well, like
and then the next
stuff,
person
yeah.
gets it. Yeah,
So
that I think
that's
it just I don't know.
so that's so when we had the I talked about this before. When we had the hip hop club, we would hear a beat and you put a beat on and 10 people in the room. Well, you'd hear 4 or 5 different flows. And so like one of those would be like, and a couple of them you'd hear and be like, I never even thought about that pocket.
Yeah.
It's like, dang.
Yeah,
And so you could see how somebody could hear it, start writing, and it'd be like, I don't love the way that this is working, and pass on that beat. But then somebody else would have a whole different pocket on that same beat. You'd be like, I didn't even think about that pocket, man. And that happened a lot, and that was just kids. That's not pros, so that's just
amazing to me.
That's how it happened. Yeah,
I would love to see that. I don't know how you write to a beat. I have no artistic ability. I couldn't do it. Write to a beat like.
You could if you tried, man. You just block it. You just block it.
I hear some songs and like
write Blueface
the way people ride the beat, it just seems like the beat was created around what they're saying. Like the way their breath, they pause and then the beat comes in. It's just like perfect every time. Like
that's the skills.
There's no way I could do that, dog. There's no way I could do that.
I mean,
everybody that's professional don't do that. Have you heard a Blueface song?
But he's not real professional. I'm not trying to.
He's making a living off of it.
Yeah.
And reality shows, but he's making a living, so that makes you a professional.
I'm about to say I don't even think Blueface make music no more. I think it's just pure reality shows.
How he got famous.
All right. So, was there anything else we want to talk about for hip hop, or we can move on to NFL before we close out for today? All right, so let's talk about some sports stuff. Sports takes. First off, your boy Shannon Sharp in the news again. Bryson, break it down for us. What happened? Why Shannon? He's getting angry. What's so wrong with him? What's wrong with him? He's got a lot of fights.
I don't know that Grizzlies. I don't know how it started, but they had said like a week or so earlier. He was talking about how he didn't like Memphis's game. They're a good team, but he just didn't see him going nowhere or whatever. So I don't know if that led into it, but he was at the Lakers versus Memphis game. And I guess it started with Dylan Brooks talking. They said he was saying something disrespectful. Shannon said he was saying something super disrespectful
he said the
over and over
right?
again. I don't know. That can't be disrespectful enough.
That's what Shannon said he said.
Shannon said he said the F word.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, and then, I saw where Shannon said he said F me, and I told him F you back, and they just kept going back and forth. But then he said it got disrespectful after that, I thought he said something else, like called him out his name or something. So Shannon started arguing with him, and Java Morant's dad goes to all his games. So he was in the front stand, started yelling at Shannon, and they were going back and forth. Steven Adams came over there. It was a lot. But all they did was just sit Shannon down in a tunnel for a halftime, and he came back out. I saw after the game, him and T Grizzly or T Morant were hugging each other.
Yeah.
Grizzly the rapper.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were hugging. They consoled or whatever. Everybody said it was no big deal after the game.
Okay, I didn't hear that part. It was no big deal.
Yeah.
I saw the fight. Saw Shannon say, you don't want these problems.
Right.
And said, I bet you won't.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, look at all the smoke. Y'all come by me. Yeah. I'm with it. Like, yeah. So,
they got so many memes of him now, pictures of Shannon in that game. Yeah, that's so funny. It's hilarious.
But he apologized today on
Hmm.
Skip and Shannon. He had his little last 15 seconds before the segment ended and apologized for everything, which he's supposed to do no matter what. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
I saw some people
I'm happy
mad,
Fox
like,
didn't try to suspend him for it or nothing.
yeah, man. I saw some people mad, like they thought Shannon should have been kicked out or something like that. Man, you're not kicking no dude that's on TV every day, hyping up the team, supporting the
Hmm.
team. Like, out of all the media personalities, who ride harder for the Lakers than Shannon and LeBron and
Yeah.
Shannon? Like, they're not
Right.
kicking him out the game for that, man. Like, come on, man. I thought that was I thought that
Yeah.
was a little extra. People act like privilege don't exist. It does exist. If you a rich person and famous and you doing something for them, they gonna let you hang out.
True.
Why did that's what I'm saying. I don't know how many people would do it. Like you said, he's friends with LeBron. He's been hyping up, he's always on their side. So of course, but I don't know if any other, like if Skip would have been there or if it would have been any other sports personality, I don't know if they would have got to stay.
Yeah,
If
I
Skip
mean,
was
I
at a
don't.
Cowboys game,
Yeah.
Skip would have got to
Yeah.
stay at the Cowboys game.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's basically what it is to me. I mean, if Jack Nicholson had done that same stuff at the Lakers game, they would have let him stay because he's Jack and he's at all, or
Yeah.
he used to be at all the games. I don't know if he still goes to all the games, but I know he's getting a little older. But any of the
Yeah.
famous people that always go to the Lakers games, they can say whatever they want because that's who they are. Now, I mean, that's not really their bag to be talking to the players that same type of way. But you seen Jack talk to players and things like that.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just a matter of, like that's where he is. It's their home court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I don't think people get cursed out for cursing at the athletes more than calling them out of their name or saying something extremely disrespectful to them. If they just argue with the fans, with the players, I think that's okay most of the time. I mean, that's a part of the game. Everybody yelling at you on the opposing team, so I don't think that's ever a big
Well,
deal.
that's
There's
kind
a
of
line.
that's the thing. So I mean, that's what people say that the Grizzlies are. I mean, that's why some people don't like them because. I mean, well, Shannon was saying that he said that you couldn't guard LeBron or something like that. I mean, he was saying
Hmm.
just normal heckling type stuff, but the
Hmm.
Grizzlies, but Dylan Brooks, escalated it by saying, cursing him out, and
Hmm.
that's what usually doesn't happen. The players don't usually I guess aren't usually I guess that disrespectful to the fans in that way.
Not
Yeah, that's true.
demonstrably. Like they,
Yeah,
they might say something like low key, walking by and say something.
yeah,
They're not
Yeah,
standing up there,
arguing with you. Yeah,
right.
right.
that's true.
So, I mean, I love the Grizzlies, and I like that they play with attitude and stuff like that. But I
You
mean,
think you
people.
think it all the way?
I would like to see them win it over. I mean, other than the Pelicans, I would like to see them win it over any other team in the West.
I don't even think they get it to the Western Conference Finals, but
Yeah, for some reason I don't believe in them either, man. I don't really know what it is.
I can see them getting to the finals. I can see the Western
the
Conference
window
finals.
was
Western
last year.
Conference. No, no.
No, I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
agree with
that's
that.
not true.
The West is way better this year
Yes,
than it
They
was
haven't
last year.
dominated.
and
Their window's
they're
not closed.
they're
Their window ain't
number
closed.
Not
two right now.
close, but their best shot as a team is constructed right now was last year. They're gonna have to do some things to get better.
I
To
think
me,
I think if anything, they got a better shot this year.
Yeah,
Who is? I mean, I don't see.
Denver
I
is way
huh?
better than they were last year.
Who?
I
Denver,
agree. Denver. Okay.
I mean, they every year they're top of the league, and then come
no,
playoffs,
they were
They
six,
look better
but
now.
they
they do look better.
didn't
They
have
do look
yeah,
better.
their stars were both hurt last year.
Yes, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. I
And
would not. I would bet for the Grizzlies over the Nuggets in the playoffs
I
here.
just think they're the fifth best team in the West, so that doesn't put you in the second
I
or
don't think
third
they're
round to
fifth.
me.
Fifth, but that's not. That's second. The second seed. Who's better?
Yeah,
I
I thought
think
it
the
was.
Warriors will be better
No.
when that time comes. Steph missed a bunch of games hurt. They are
We'll
losing
see.
on the road all the time. Denver, I think the Pelicans could be better at full strength.
If we have, yeah, if
Um,
we only have what they only played 8 games together, so I mean we don't even know what they look like full strength. So we'll see.
We'll
I
see,
love,
man.
I'm a
I
Pelicans
need
fan.
Bi back, man. Yo, I need man Bi. I saw him talking today.
They
Talking
said
about
he's
he
getting
might be
close
back
though.
soon.
Yeah, they say
Yeah,
he's getting
I hope
close.
so, man, because
Beat
the
him,
team could use
bad,
them bad. He
bad.
need to come
yeah.
back, man.
But who else? Who else? The Suns aren't as good this year. I mean, so you really, if they get to the conference finals, to get to the conference finals, they see the Nuggets in the conference finals, right? Because they're the second seed. Let's say if it ended this year, I mean, right now, they wouldn't see the Nuggets until the conference finals. So you talking about who else they have to? Who else are they worse than other than the Nuggets?
Let me see. Let me see. Uh,
You don't think Luka could get him,
division.
huh?
I think the Suns are worse this year than they were last year. And
I don't think Luca could get him. He shouldn't be able to get him. If he
I
gets
thought you
him,
said
then that's bad.
Booker, but you said Luca. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no.
Luka.
They're worse this year as well. So I don't see that happening either.
Yeah, they are
You're
worse
right,
this
man.
year.
We gonna see, man.
Yeah,
But the Clippers could give him a problem if
yeah.
I don't have no faith in
If,
Kawhi
a
or
lot of
Paul
ifs,
George
yeah.
either.
They gotta put it together, man. I gotta see it to believe it.
That's
Me
the
too.
same.
I
We
hate
say the
them
same
too.
thing about all the teams in the West. If these teams are healthy and stuff like that, I mean,
Yeah.
any of these teams are great. All these teams are great.
Yeah.
The West is loaded if they're healthy. But as of right now, what we see now, the Grizzlies are a great team. I think they could easily get to the finals. I mean, not easily, but they could definitely do it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then, that's the basketball stuff. I know the NFL playoffs are right now. We're recording this on Monday. We just watched all the games on Sunday night. So let's break down. We were just talking about Skip and Shannon. So let's start with that Cowboys game. I know you've been a Cowboys fan in Texas.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that was a great game. Great day today. Cowboys losses they fuel me so much. I got stuff
Yeah.
done today. Super productive day. I was like, yes. I haven't listened to sports talk all year. Like when the Saints are terrible, I don't really care about sports talk at all. I don't want to hear it. They're gonna talk about the Cowboys every week. Don't care.
Yeah.
So
You
this is
enjoyed
the
the
first.
state, huh?
Oh yeah, man. I was quick. As soon as it came on, I was like, oh snap, I'm missing it. I went and checked out First Take today too to make sure. Like, man, I go everywhere to do it on a Cowboys playoff loss.
Skip was sad,
But
man. Skip was sad today.
I know Shannon didn't even give it to him. He was just like, he just let him get off easy. Skip was heartbroken, dog.
Well, man. Well, look, man. Here's the thing. What's up with your boy Dak, man? Is he a top
I know.
quarterback?
That's
He
what
was
I
Every
sleeping for him.
time I
He's
say this
better
every
this
year.
year.
Every year I say this, and people be like, "How could you say that, man? This dude, not it."
And he
I was
almost threw
capable.
more picks than there was some balls that he was like trying to throw away, you know?
Yeah, he should have had more. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's crazy that he's the worst part of the team now. Like defense got good enough to where it's all great. You got everything you need on offense, maybe one more receiver. But
Zeke is done.
yeah, Zeke is done. Yeah, Zeke is done. I feel bad for Zeke, but he's done.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
he
Tony
wasn't getting it
Pollard
done
been.
either.
Yeah,
Pollard
really
looked like
Zeke was
something
done
when he was
about
out
3
there,
years ago.
and then I mean, look, I don't disagree with you, but yeah, I mean, when when you had Pollard out there, they looked like something, and once he got hurt, and Zeke had to do all the running. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was over.
It.
Yeah,
I mean,
game
pathetic on offense.
good. Oh yeah, but I don't know if it was pathetic as much as both of these teams are really good on defense too.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
Because I think they were both just coaching to make little mistakes. They were trying to just protect their quarterback, just get to the end of the game. Both of them. They knew it was going to be low scoring going into it. They wasn't trying no crazy stuff. Like they was just trying to kick 3 and really hope that's enough.
They had that one drive where I was really impressed, and then I think that was like all the best plays that what's his name had, Kellen Moore. It was like they went down the field, they had creative play calls, and stuff like was working. They scored a touch. What's dude, Mister the point or whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Hold on,
point,
I mean, because this has got to be the biggest. I mean, it's in his head, right? It's in his head. Like,
oh yeah, he's fired after this, 100%. That was his last game he'll ever kick.
For sure. But I'm talking about just the mental, like like what this guy must be going through. You know, missing all these kicks. He must really like be in his head, like just
Yeah, because he was making the field goals, but it's just an extra point for some reason. Like once he's that close, I don't know what it is. It's just overthinking it. Like I feel like if you just kicked it as hard as you can, that would take more of the it can go left or right out of it because it's just going so fast. And like I don't know, it just
I don't
seems
know.
kick it straight.
I don't think it's
But
as
dude
easy
cannot
as
hit it.
kicking
Dude
it
is
aside.
tough,
You
man.
ever
Get him outta
you
here.
ever kick some field goals?
He's a bum.
No, I want to try though.
But yeah, nah. Yeah,
Nah,
he's
it's something in his
about-
head, man. He's out of here, man. Get him
Yeah.
out of here, man. Who cares about him, man? Let's talk about these other games, man. What happened
Yeah, happy to.
to Bills Mafia?
Oh yeah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
man,
Joe
sir.
Burrow
I got a lot of hate for
man.
Josh today.
They
I
ain't
got a
jumped
lot
through
of
enough
hate for
tables,
Josh
man.
today.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you go ahead.
I love
y'all
Joe
go.
Burrow, but I give more hate to Josh Allen on that one. It's the same thing like with Aaron Rodgers. Like you work so hard to get the top seed, you're at
Mhm.
home, and then you look unprepared at home. Like you didn't know it was cold outside.
At home
You
in the
live there.
snow, and you got. I mean, look, I know they also from Ohio or whatever, so it's not like crazy,
Yeah.
hot weather or something like that. But they look like it was all good. The Bengals like they were just ready to
Exactly.
bust them boys' head, and the
Yeah.
Bills offense was not it, man. I feel bad for the Bills Mafia. Like I said,
Yeah.
I feel bad for my man Ken Dorsey. I don't know what his offensive game plan was, but it was not happening.
Yeah.
That was a big time egg.
Yeah, yeah.
That's on some,
Is
I
the
gotta give
Bengals
hate to
defense that
Josh.
good? Like I don't know what to.
They look good. I mean, I listen.
They definitely look good.
Yeah, but I got the Bengals. I mean,
Are they about to do that to Mahomes though? I mean, like that's the thing.
Yes.
Like, I
I
find
think
that hard
listen,
to believe.
Mahomes is hurt.
No.
One, two.
He is hurt. That's
They already beat Mahomes the last few times. So
3 times in a row. Mahomes never beat him. That's the only
I-
person he hasn't beat yet.
All that sounds good, man. I still find it hard to believe that he'll go in there. They're not gonna go in that Arrowhead and make them look like they did them Bills though. It's gonna be much closer.
Yeah.
They in their
sure.
head. We talk about being in their head. They in their head.
Oh well,
I don't think so.
That Bills defeat was. If I was a Bills fan, bro, I don't know
We
about
show
to
no
outside
fight.
today.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how
Yeah.
you get blown out?
Yeah,
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's not
that's-
even a
that's-
shootout. Like you
that's
just couldn't put
demoralizing.
points up.
It's funny
Listen to the
because it was really funny is that I thought that last week would have some blowouts, but this week the games last week were way better than the games this week, closer. Like
Yeah.
and this week, I mean, other than the Cowboys game, that was the was the only real close one, right? Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched that
Yeah.
whole Bills game and the Bengals game. Like, even though it was a blowout, I was like, I almost couldn't believe it. So I was into it.
Yeah,
I kept thinking, oh, the Bills gonna do something. Oh, the Bills gonna do something. Oh, the Bills gonna do something. No. 4 quarters, they still ain't doing nothing. I'm like, dang, they got wrecked.
Yeah, exactly. They just looked very given up. Like they wasn't prepared. Dude slipping on the ground. Meanwhile, Bengals running everything.
Look, man, they
flawlessly.
came out, punched him in the face. They said, do, touch.
Yep.
Then they stopped
Then-
him, then went, do, touch. I was like,
Touchdown.
dang,
Right there.
it's over. Like, I was like, well, any minute now, they're going to start coming back. This is a bad
Yeah.
start. And it never happened. I was like, wow. And so I was thoroughly impressed, man. I hope they go in there and beat the Chiefs like that, man. I'm rooting for the Bengals
Yeah.
all the way, man.
all the way.
That was a great dub for them,
Yeah.
man. No, you don't want them to win? Who you
I
rooting
still
for?
want the Chiefs and 49ers for Super Bowl, I think.
No.
Oh
man,
yeah,
I'm tired of
that's
them,
right.
man.
You
I'm tired
all
of the
about
Chiefs.
Kyle.
I'm tired of the Chiefs. The Chiefs actually played, and the Jaguars actually played okay. They had a
Yeah,
chance. They had
especially-
chances.
Yeah.
You can just tell that they're not a team that's ready for the big stage yet. They
Right.
still
Yeah.
building it up. They got there. Your boy Peterson, man, that guy, man. Wish the Saints would have hired him instead of getting stupid than it sounded. But we'll talk about that. Oh, we need to rant about that actually.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
No.
Right now.
I want to do the playoffs first. Let's give these playoff
Yeah.
teams respect. We don't want to drag them in the mud.
We just
Trash
did. We
teams.
just hit every team.
No, we didn't even
No, we
talk
didn't.
about the Eagles.
We ain't talk about the
I
Eagles
mean,
yet.
that game was not even close. I mean, was it?
That
the
game
Eagles,
wasn't close.
Yeah.
You're right.
The Eagles were my
It
pick
wasn't
for the
close at all.
NFC.
I mean, I knew they were going to win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
I don't even
it
know
was.
if that makes them the best team. Like they didn't even have to show nothing. They didn't have to work hard for that victory.
They gonna beat
They
the
probably still got
49ers
some
the same way,
plays in it.
dog. They gonna beat your
I
boy
would
Kyle
love
the
it, man. I'm
same
so
way.
tired of the Niners.
Yeah, I
I'm
hate
so
the
tired of
doubt
the
it.
Niners, man.
I doubt it.
The Niners and they phony fans. They let the Cowboys fans get up in their stadium loud up in there. I was like, where these Cowboys
No, they
fans came
didn't.
from? All up in their
Nah, I
stadium.
went to the 49ers Cowboys game last year in Cowboys Stadium, and it was about 50-50 in there. So I know
The
that
Cowboys,
the
they let
49ers.
people come up in their stadium, but their stadium huge.
Yeah.
They do let people up in their stadium. That's every team that play the Cowboys be having a ton of people in front of the team in there.
Yeah.
People
49ers
won't go to
fans
Jerry
travel
World.
too.
Be like, let's yell up in there. But then I heard a lot of Cowboys fans. I was surprised. I was like, okay, they travel to California, I guess. So they,
they just everywhere. Cowboys
they
fans
deep.
everywhere.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
deep. A lot of
Yeah.
bandwagon fans. They still hold on to their Niners. I mean, their '90s experiences
Man.
when they were little kids and stuff.
Cowboys fans, y'all gotta stop, man. 30 years of this. It's just I don't understand how you
No,
do
I
it.
love it. I love it, man. I love it, man. Because every team,
I
the
can't
only
respect
teams
it.
that got worse than them is what the Lions, the Commanders, and is that it? And the Cowboys? That's like the three teams that ain't been to
Vikings.
the championship game in 30 years. No, the Vikings been. They just
Oh,
lost.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've
They
been
haven't
to the
been to Super
championship
Bowl,
game.
but
They ain't
they
been
went
to
to
the
the
Super Bowl.
NFC Championship. Yeah.
Right. They've been to championship games. So, that's funny all the way around, man. I'm happy to laugh at the Cowboys, but we go on
Happy.
from a mediocre franchise or one that at least made the playoffs to the garbage,
bottom of the barrel.
bottom feeding New Orleans Saints who don't
We should
respect
have been
their
in the
fans
playoffs
enough
this year.
to fire their offensive coordinator. You're an offensive coordinator, Carmichael. Right?
Yeah.
And this dude was trash all season, and he didn't get fired. They announced that they're gonna keep the whole staff. They fired their running backs, the running game coordinator.
They fired assistants and stuff, right? Like,
They didn't fire the right assistants. They should have cleaned house.
They should have cleaned house.
And now
Dennis
I'm angry,
Allen
man.
should not be a head coach.
He's
not
not
once
a
be
again,
head
I'm
coach,
not
man.
hating
And
on
look,
Dennis
man,
yet.
They want to
hating
give
on
this dude
Dennis
some
yet.
time, man. You know how many they'll make a mistake.
He's a defensive coach, and our defense was
good.
good.
Our defense was
Our
defense. Number one, your defense ain't good if you give up several fourth quarter end of game leads. That's not a good defense.
That's not true.
Don't let the.
That's not true. If we look at the point
Rufio,
totals,
that's the answer.
if we look at the point
It's not
totals,
just about
they
totals.
did what
It's about what do you do
Yeah,
in the
it
clutch
is.
moments. What do you do when the
if you
defense
hold
needs
a
to get a
team
stop?
to less
Come
than
on.
14 points, then you should win. That's I don't
And
care.
if
they
you
came
let a
back to
team score
7.
14 points on you in the last 3 minutes, you suck.
And if you're the head coach, you're responsible for both sides of the football. That's the other thing.
No,
if you're the head
that's not
coach, you
true.
can't sit up there and say, it's not my fault. I don't coach offense.
That's not true. Dan Campbell
It's
about
not
to
true.
get it, or Dan Quinn about to get a job because he coached an amazing defense, and then he's gonna go there wherever he goes. He's gonna get a great defense, and his offense is gonna suck, and then he's gonna be a coordinator again.
Okay, well, he's stupid if he let that happen to him again. Okay?
That's what always happens, man.
And
No,
guess what
no,
always
he
happens
should've
with
did
Dennis
what he
Allen,
should've
though?
done.
Hold on. Guess what always
Back in
happens with
the
Dennis
days, he
Allen,
should've
though?
told
He's
Kyle
never
Shanahan
had a
to shut
winning
up.
season. Hold on. Dennis Allen's never had a winning season. This always happens, so he loses always. That's what I'm saying. As a head coach, that's terrible.
He got a loser.
I can't.
He got a loser disposition, man. Like the dude don't look like he ready for war, man. Look, y'all like to talk about black excellence, right? Look at Mike Tomlin, man. Look at Mike Tomlin on the sideline, man.
Yeah.
He look like he just chilling over there, like, oh, we about to bust these boys. We definitely about to win this game. You look at Dennis Allen, it's like, maybe we could do it, guys. Like, it's not. It don't inspire confidence.
Not inspiring, yeah.
I'm just sitting at home and I'm like, this ain't it. If the coach is Mike Tomlin, players like, yo, that's a real leader. Like, it's a big difference. You can feel it, man. You can see it, man. The team plays a different way than when Sean was there. And that's fine. But then don't carry on Sean's legacy with all this softness at the top. Everything he says is, we're going to work on it.
I don't understand why you...
We're going to work on it. We're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up. We're going to clean it up.
I don't understand how you could be a Dennis Allen apologist. I really don't understand it.
I just believe in giving coaches more than 1 year to get their system together. It's
Right.
a long time. It takes a while to change a football team.
You didn't change nothing. It's Sean's system. It's not his.
It's
He
not.
just do everything that Sean
But the
Payton
He
did.
offense
made
is
it
the
worse.
bad part. That's
He,
what I'm saying.
no, he
Like,
objectively
he
made it
didn't make it
worse.
worse.
Yes,
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
They won 2 more
He
games
didn't.
last year.
Yeah.
Worst quarterback play.
The better offensive coach. He sucks.
Exactly.
He
That's the
deserves to
whole
get
point.
fired.
He's the
He
head
deserves to get
coach.
fired.
He didn't
No.
fire the offensive coordinator. So it's
I
his
get
fault
that.
also. He should be
Okay.
Look, man.
So after this year, which is good because we'll actually have a draft pick next year. So yeah. After this year, when he sucks again, he gets fired. New regime comes in with the first round pick, get the quarterback that we want. Everything's good.
No,
Who
after
cares?
this year, if he sucks again, Mickey gotta go. Clean all them boys out.
Nah, I'm not with that.
That's rough. That's
I'm not
Why
with
are you
that.
keeping this dude? Mickey chose to keep this dude and keep Pete Carmichael.
That's
So
true.
if
He
they
has
suck again,
loyalty.
it's on Mickey.
He has
Good.
loyalty.
Then loyalty could carry you up out the building because it's on
This dude
Mickey.
making great draft picks. That's all he got. That's his job.
He
making
don't
picks.
draft. He don't
Hold on.
draft, dude. He's not the football guy, man.
Yo,
He's
y'all
not the
see?
football guy, man. That's
Y'all
Jeff
see,
Ireland.
He make
though.
the cap work though.
Y'all see? Hold on. But
That's
y'all
Kai
see
Hartley.
that both the Bengals and the Eagles have like 6 former
Yeah, Saints on them.
players.
But one of them is Barton Scott. Like, he don't count. Boston Scott. He don't count. I don't like that.
He don't count?
But whatever.
He on
Nah.
18.
And they
Yeah,
win
I
it.
guess, but
So it's not an issue of lack
Okay.
of talent, lack of draft, and none of those
Oh.
things. That's never been the issue.
who did all that
The lack of
drafting?
coaching.
Because put it on
Lack
them.
of coaching.
Yeah, Jeff Ireland, who probably about to leave with Sean Payton. You laughing? I'm dead serious. Sean Payton had a second interview today with 2 teams or whatever
with the Broncos?
stuff.
Yes, sir.
If he goes to the
Pat
Broncos, they'll
Surtain,
make a
come
deal
here,
that takes.
Pat.
Didn't Dennis Allen
We get a
draft?
first round pick.
Didn't Dennis Allen
100%.
draft Derek Carr? That's who gonna get for quarterback this year. That's who gonna be. He gonna get his.
And that's an
Didn't
upgrade.
Dennis Allen say it was a good idea to get Marcus Davenport?
I hope not. Oh, God, I hope not. He was terrible from the get-go. But
Look, that's the same
That's what I'm
dude you
saying.
praising right now, and you hyped up about. I'm sorry,
either way
man,
it
but I'm
goes,
sorry,
I
man.
don't
Look,
want to bring in another coach, even if it's the perfect coach, because
They
our
should've-
team is going to suck next year no matter what.
Okay.
I don't believe in that. Look, Fatty Dable got Trash Giants to do something.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, Doug Peterson, they was trash. They was what 2-8 or something like that, and they turned that whole thing around. So don't tell me,
Yeah. That's true.
the team
Good
is
coach
gonna
can
suck.
turn it all
That's-
around.
Y'all was talking about Mike Tomlin and how he
Never had a
nothing,
losing season.
but-
Bow.
Bow. So I don't want to
That's
hear
true,
that. I
but
don't
those
wanna hear that in
coaches
the NFL.
are not common. They're not common. They're exceptions to the rule.
That's why you get rid of your trash ones and keep going till you find one. You don't hold on. We got one that's mediocre, so we better hold tight. No, why?
We are
He worked
only
with
going
Sean
to get
Payton, though, and that's the only time we
our
ever won a chip.
coaching options would suck this year compared to next year. We don't even have a first round pick. Next year we do.
It's called
So
softness.
the new coach comes in, makes his
Fear.
pick at quarterback, and we off to the
So
races.
you
after
already
that.
saying you're not ready to hate.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is the funny thing because you say you're not ready to hate or kill Dennis Allen, but you already chalked next season up as a loss, and you just banking on 2025.
2025. Let's go, baby. Why are we gonna hire somebody new for? That's what I don't
I
understand.
don't like that, man. I don't like
Alright.
that, man. I don't like that mentality, man. That's a lose. That's a lay down mentality.
Yeah.
You're not lay. You don't lay
You
down.
need to lay down. Sometimes it takes that to
No,
rebuild.
that's not how it works,
Lay
man.
flat.
We got
You
too many
have to
grown men on the
rebuild.
squad. What? That's wrong.
That's true.
You doing Cameron Jordan wrong if you believe that. You doing Demario Davis wrong if you believe that. Unless
That's
you
a
want to let all
fact.
them players go, all them great players that's veterans, that's been in the league, that's been on the team, that put everything on the line for the team. You wrong to say that.
But we're not winning because we don't have a quarterback next year. No matter what, you don't think Jameis, if we get a great coach, right? At most we get what, 2 more wins, 3 more wins?
I don't believe that, man. I think they could do. I think anything is possible in the NFL with the team, man. I think you could get a good quarterback, man. I think you could get a player. I think you could make something happen, man.
I don't think they could get a quarterback good enough to take us anywhere meaningful next year. Maybe we get into the first round of playoffs, but
Okay, well then that's what they should be.
I don't even like this conversation. Like we keep blaming like the reason we suck is because of quarterback play. I mean,
I don't
it's
believe
because
that.
we chose to play Andy Dalton. Dennis Allen chose to play Andy Dalton over Jameis
That guy
It
Winston.
was better, Jay.
Okay?
Yes, it was
Not
better.
you.
He's
That's
not
why.
better.
He's
Jameis Winston was
100% better.
hurt.
People go.
This guy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's not.
He's
That's
100% better, but it's okay.
okay.
How was he 100% better? When
Last
we had
year,
one comeback win, and it was when Jameis was in.
Exactly.
Every other game, if they got a lead, they just was like, hold on tight. Oh no, we lost it.
It can't be offensive coaching. It's
pathetic,
terrible, and quarterback is terrible.
It's both.
So
No,
if
it
the
is.
offensive coaching is
It's not
terrible,
both.
then
It's not both. It's not
how
both.
could it not be both? They didn't even use Taysom until late. Man, look, man. Rashid Shaheed was
It's
sitting there not even
offensive
getting used,
coaching.
man.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
that's why we
I
said
agree.
he should have been fired. But they didn't fire
I-
offensive coordinator. That's on Dennis and that's on Mickey. And if they
Yes.
suck again next year, Mickey gotta go. He got to go.
Hey,
Gotta
I'm fine
go.
with clearing everybody out
Mid-season
next
fire,
year, but
man.
not
No,
this year.
mid-season fire.
Mid-season
Yeah.
fire.
Come on. So, all right, guys.
Cool with that.
Anything else we need to talk about before we close out?
No, not really.
I want to
Shout out
thank
to
some people
Boldy.
that's
Hope
been,
you get better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
For
Shout
sure.
out to Boulder. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I want to thank the commenters, man. I really appreciate them, commenting
I
back
love
and
them
forth, man.
commenters.
Your boy Mint Leaf. What's the other guy's name? Ernesto. These people been going back and forth. Like, I'm with it. I don't have time to be doing that all day, but I appreciate it. And we appreciate all the subs. Throw us some likes, throw us some subs, all that good stuff. That's all good, man.
Like
sure.
and subscribe.
Yeah, no, I love having conversation with the people that comment. We got some dope commenters. So, all right, guys, catch you later. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.